development through all the summer workouts?
Just reps. Reps. You're going to get more comfortable. You're going to become more crisp. So it's good to see those guys just continuing to limit the mistakes when they get their opportunities. So that's the biggest thing is we just want to go out there, have those guys practice hard, and just make sure that they're getting ready to execute at a high level.
Go ahead. You guys this spring talked about with the number of transfers and returning players and kind of gelling and all that off the field. What takes maybe the most time on the field to get all that stuff down, especially running backs, the quarterback, and playing in that offense?
Well, we got some older guys, that came in from the transfer portal. They've played a lot of ball. It's just the transition of their terminology from what they ran and just mixing it in with what we call things and them just becoming more comfortable with that. That's the biggest part about it. But it's just, again, reps and reps and reps. You get better at things that you work on, So they have worked their butts off over this summertime, and they're in a really good place.
What's the plan with Malik Brown this camp? I know people think he's play slot, running back.
Yeah, I wish I could give you that information. I really wish I could. But coach is going. He's got a plan for him. The biggest thing is when you got a freshman, he needs to get acclimated to school. Acclimated to the program, acclimated to the coaches. It's a different level of expectation. Came from one of the best high schools in the country, but now you're in college. So right now all the focus has been on is just him transitioning from high school to college. But coach has a clear vision for him. He's got to come in, pick up the playbook fairly quickly. He's doing a good job with that, and we'll see how it all looks like when he puts a helmet on, a Trojan helmet.
What do you like about his skill set? Obviously, there's so much that kind of stands out when you watch him. But what's the first thing that stands out to you?
He's got real juice. He can run. He's got a lot of natural ability. He can make you miss. He can hit the home run. So, and his ball skills. He's a natural ball catcher. So, makes things easy. So again, I think we're going to see him in a number of different places on the field because, he's more of like a Swiss Army knife than anything. There's a lot of things that he brings to the program. We want to make sure that we get a chance to showcase his talent.
Does he remind you of anyone you've either had or seen before?
Oh yeah, there's no doubt. I had a freshman in 2020 that was, kind of sawed off, very explosive, could catch, and he took the Pac-12 by storm. So there's a lot of comparisons there. Obviously, they're their own type of players, but he does remind me of Ty.
You come from a place, strong culture, strong established culture, and there's been a lot of talk about building the culture here at USC.
Yeah.
What are the steps that you think have needed to be necessary this offseason in terms of building that culture?
Just having a clear understanding of what our culture is going to be and understanding that there's a difference. When you're talking about culture, you're talking about discipline and default. Default is, falling into what you feel, maybe what you don't want to do, and discipline is doing the things that you don't want to do when you need to do it. Understanding that you got to be at your best when your best is asked of you. Just doing the right thing, being consistent day in and day out. So, just understanding that if you choose discipline over default, we're going to get the culture that we want to be. And these guys are bought in. They want to be really good. And they understand that if you want to be really good, it's one way. That's it. There's not two ways. It's not your way. It's the way that, like you said, we're coming from a lot of winning programs, a lot of disciplined programs, and they just got to come in and trust, which is kind of tough because, again, they've had a lot of success where they're coming, whether it be in Oregon or another place. But these guys are bought in, and they're working hard, and they're doing everything that we have asked them to do.
What have been the signs of that buy-in since spring ended?
Just the consistency. You know what I mean? Like we don't have a bunch of guys missing. Guys are on time. Guys are holding other guys accountable. When you have a player-led team, you're going to have a chance, an opportunity to be pretty good, and that's what you see. You're seeing players making sure that everybody's holding themselves accountable, being on time, and doing the right things. And when we have that, I think we got a chance to do some things that are going to be pretty special.
Do you have any goals this year for the running backs? Do you think?
Do I have any goals? Man, play hard every day, please. But honestly, for them, we just want to play consistent football. That's it. It doesn't matter who we play. It doesn't matter where we play. We just want to, when we look at the film, did we get better from last game? Did we get better from last practice? We just want to continue to be on the rise, continue to ascend game in, game out, week in, week out. But it's just the focus on us. Nothing else, just our discipline, trying to play great football at a high level for the Trojans. That's it.
You came from a Pac-12 program. A bunch of the players often came from Pac-12 programs. What's that been like? I know the transition if you're moving here from out of the conference, but coming in conference, how's it been to get everyone to kind of gel together?
It's been kind of easy. It's been easy because it's USC. You know what I mean? It's a place where there's been tradition. You've seen a lot of running backs. The running back history here goes so deep. It's one of the best running back teams to ever have. You know what I mean? So it's just a place where when you get an opportunity to come here, you get an opportunity to play. Everybody's pulling in the same direction. Everybody gave up something to come here, whether it is leaving an Oregon or leaving a Stanford. Stanford has great degrees. Oregon has their own tradition as well. But to be able to come here and be able to push and revive USC, I think it's just been fairly easy because everybody wants to be good. They want to develop, and they want to win for the Trojans. So when everybody has that vision and it's all going the same direction, it's been fairly easy.
Is it going to be a weird trip to Salt Lake City in October?
Man, got to go to the visitor side. I'm glad they revamped that thing before we get there. But it's different for sure. You know what I mean? Very good program. Coach Witt has done a phenomenal job year in, year out. The coaches up there are awesome. The players do a great job. So again, it will be definitely a little different, being on a different sideline. But just looking forward to two teams playing hard and a good game.
What's the biggest thing you've learned about each of the three individual scholarship guys before?
What have I learned? I've learned that the two older guys, they have had, again, they've been well coached. I know the coaches that have coached those guys before, so they have a lot of the details down, in terms of things that can separate them as players moving forward. They're just accountable. They work hard. They're tough kids. They're tough, and you get a chance to see that on their tape. Obviously we got the young man coming in. He's on scholarship that will be moving around. So, and he's just super special. He's explosive. But Darwin is, I'll tell you what, he's big. Darwin's 220 pounds. He's going to run somewhere in the 4.4s, low 4.5s. He can catch the ball. So I'm really excited to see what he's going to do in camp, because he has all the ability in the world, So this camp is going to be really, really competitive, because we need to figure out who's going to be the guy.
Did you guys explore the possibility of maybe adding more, like maybe one or two more bodies to the portal or anything this spring?
This spring we had a couple of kids come up. We did. They chose to go ahead and go elsewhere. You know what I mean? So we're just happy with the group that we got. We feel that we can win with the group that we got. It's a lot of experience, a lot of yardage, but also a lot of games played. So when you got guys that have had a lot of games played, they've been in the fire, so they know what this conference is all about. So we're just happy with the four guys that we're going to go ahead and utilize in the backfield this year.
With all that experience, does that factor into how you might kind of use them in practice, given the loads they've had to carry over this team?
Oh no, we're going to go get it. There's no doubt about it. We're going to work. It's going to be a physical camp. Again, I only know one way. That's for sure. So it's whatever they've done previously before coming to USC, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Myself included. Myself, Austin, Travis, we've done nothing for the Trojans. So we got to go to work, and it's like being a freshman or being a rookie coach. We're out here to come prove and come work that we belong and we deserve to be here.
with how much that Travis can catch the ball out of the backfield, does he become a role model for Malik? I know it's a little bit different because Malik plays a lot of stuff. But,
Yeah.
do you see him trying to pair them up and having to take advantage of things?
You know, we got a lot of old guys that, you know, can be great role models for a league. You know what I mean? But, you know, Travis, again, Austin's caught a lot of balls as well, you know, at Stanford. So we do got two pretty good role models for him to ask questions and learn from. But, you know, shoot, again, he's going to be in the slot. You know, it's great to be able to talk to Jordan Addison about, hey, how you want to run this route? Or Mario Williams, hey, man, how do I want to catch this and get up the field? So there's a number of guys on this team that he can get a chance to talk to and help him develop his game.
Your guys' roster is pretty solidified.